Hello guys, welcome back to Selenium training. So guys, let's continue with our page object model part 3. So in the part 2 we have seen that let's quick replay that in the part 2 we have seen that how to design the different packages, different classes at the page layer and at the TestNG layer for the test cases, and we have created our base class also in which we are initializing our WebDriver. We have written our code to define the properties, and on the basis of the browser we have written our code, which browser will be executed, which browser will be launched, and we have set up our configuration environments and some basic stuff we have done. So if you see, this is my project, and we created in the last session, and this is my base class, and this is the base class, the parent class of all the classes, in which we have written this initialization method, and inside the constructor of base class we are defining the properties file. Okay, so we are initializing the prop variable and driver variable over here. Okay, and both the variables are the global variables and part of the test base class, and all the classes we created, if you remember, login page. Okay, and this particular class is extending test base class so that we can inherit all the properties, driver and prop properties, from base class, right? And our application, this was the application that freecrm.com, right? So let's see, I have logged in. So we have written that day that after login, what exactly we are returning. After login we are returning home page object. Okay, so after login I'm returning home page object. So this home page object, okay, it means, and we have already created with the one class homepage.java, because as I told you earlier, for each and every page we have to create a separate Java class, right? So for home page also, just like we have to create different page factories. Okay, so how to create the page factory? First, for home page also, I want that on home page after login, so whatever you can see on the home page we have to define in the form of home page factories and home page methods. Let's see, I want to verify that after login that I'm able to see this particular Naveen K, okay, this particular user, okay, on the page or not, right? So how exactly we will do that? Okay, so I want to click on contacts, I want to click on deals, I want to click on all these links, I want to select a particular calendar and everything, and I want to search any perform any search. In that case also, everything, all these things part of home page, right? So all these methods will be part of the home page, okay, class. So let's design home page also, homepage.java also. So what I'll do first, I'll define one at the rate find by, and let's see, xpath is equal to, I want to verify that after successful login, okay, this Naveen K is available or not. Okay, so I'll do one thing, I'll spy this inspect. I'm trying in Google Chrome, and what I'll do, simple, I'll create the xpath. So if you spy this thing, it is saying that there is a TD, and the TD with text is this user colon Naveen K, right? So simple, I'll create my xpath like this, that double slash TD, which, okay, which contains what? So guys, I'm hard coding this particular value. Okay, later on you can change it to Naveen K or whatever the username you are doing. You can pass it from the parameter, this particular parameter from, okay, from your configuration file also. You can pass that, okay, this is my username. So Naveen user colon Naveen K. Let me, okay, let me copy this. So TD, which contains this space capital K. So in your case, please change your username and password, guys. I mean username, sorry, not password. So accordingly, whatever the name you are giving over here, it will be appeared. So you can create your XPath like this, and this is a TD XPath I have created. And with this, I'll create one web element. Let's see, username. Okay, username. What would I say? Username label. Okay, this is my username label. Okay, and this web element is available in Selenium, so just import it. Other elements, let's say I want to check that, okay, on the basis of feature, on the basis of which method you want to write. Let's say I want to click on contacts. Okay, so I'll create one method, contacts, click on contacts, but before that we need contacts. Okay, so we know that, okay, this contact is a link, so I'll create one XPath, okay, a which contains contacts. Okay, so let's do that. So first I'll verify that the XPath is correct or not, so I'll write a like this, contains what, contains text comma contacts. Okay, so let me first spy this, and it is saying this is the text context, so it is saying this is a correct XPath, it is 1 of 1. So I have already explained that how to get these kind of XPath, customize XPath, in my previous session. Okay, so I'll create at the rate find by, and another XPath is equal to, this is my XPath for contacts link. So simple, I'll create web element. Okay, I'll simple write contacts link. Okay, simple like this. Let me minimize this thing, I don't need this diagram as of now. Okay, so I want to click on contacts, I want to click on deals also, so similarly I'll create a separate. Okay, so simple, I'll create one more at the rate find by for deals. Oh sorry. Okay, let's see, for deals it will be, let's see, it will be deals. Okay, D capital, and this is for deals link. So I'll write, instead of contacts I'll write deals link. Okay, and let's say I want to create for, I want to click on task also. So for task, what is the text? For the task, text is this. So this is for task, and this is my task link, right? So let's see, I have, similarly you can create for other tabs also. Okay, it's up to you, you can enhance your framework, you can add multiple things in your framework. So I have, let's see, I have created these three things. Now what I have to do, I have to create the constructor of this home page. Remember, we created the constructor of login page so that we can initialize the page objects. So I'll do the same thing, I'll initialize my page object in the constructor of, okay, home page. So I'll create constructor of home page, that's it. So this, all these four elements will be initialized. Guys, I am not covering each and every element, it's up to you how exactly you want to define, okay, number of features and number of test cases you want to write. Okay, so but for video point of view, I'm not covering each and every okay, test case. Later on you can add your features and other things accordingly. Okay, so this is the thing I have written. Okay, now number of methods. So first method, let's see, I'll create first of all that public void. Always remember, whenever you are moving a specific page, you have to check couple of things that you have to check. First thing is you have to check that the title of the page. So let's see, I'm coming on the home page, so I'll check obviously what is the title of the page. So simple, I'll write, okay, verify home page title. Okay, so simple, what I'll write, so this verify home page title, what exactly it will, I'll do driver dot get title method, so it will return the title of the page, and simple, I'll write return driver dot get title, so it will return a string, so I'll write string over here. So this method I'll call, okay, from my home page test class to, and this method will return one string, the title of the home page, and then I'll assert over there. Okay, so we will do this thing. Another method we can write, let's see, I want to click on contact, so simple public void, what I have to write, public void, and then simple, I'll write click on some, see, proper method you have to write with the proper name, click on contacts link, something like this I can write. Okay, and how to click, so for contacts link I have already created this web element, so this particular web element dot click, right? So click on contacts link. What exactly it will do? It will click on this link, contacts link. It will click on it. Okay. So after clicking on it, what exactly it will do? It will return the contacts page. See, what is the next landing page? The next landing page is, see guys, this is the next landing page, contacts. Okay, this is the next landing page is contacts page. Okay, so this is the next landing page. Okay, so on contacts page we can verify number of whatever the contacts we have added. Okay, so we can do this thing. Okay, and some other things you want to check, if you want to search on contacts page, you can do that also. Apart from that, there are no other things that we can do on contacts page, right? So on contacts page, so what exactly, after clicking on contact link, okay, it's clicking on it, and what exactly it is returning? This method should return contacts page object. Okay, so what I'll do, simple, I'll write return new contacts page object. So new contacts page class I have already created, and instead of this void I have to write this thing. Okay, I have to write this thing. So I'm clicking on, okay, contacts link, fine. Now I'll click on deal link. So simple, I'll write public click on deals link, and I'll click on deals link like this, and what I'll do, it will come over here on deals page. Okay, so this method should return after clicking on deals. So this is the deals link object, okay, web element, and simple, click on it, and this method should return what? This method should return deals page. Okay, deals page object. Okay, so instead of contact page, I'll write deal page. Now see, it's very clear guys. If I ask you what exactly click on contacts link method is returning, click on contacts method is returning what? It's returning contacts page object. So obviously the return type of click on contacts link method is contacts page. The return type of the object of contacts page. Same thing, the return type of click on deals link is deals page, like this. Similarly, you can create for task. So let's see, let's create for task also. Okay, so click on task link, and simple task link dot click, and instead of deals page, I'll write it's returning what? Task. Okay, I haven't created task page dot java, so I have to create. So simple, I'll write, click on it, create a class inside the page library, task page. Okay, and click on finish, and this task page should extend test base class, and simple, import this base class from here. Okay, so task base class I have created. Simple, I'll use task page class. Okay, and this method should return this. So obviously the return type will be task page, right? So task page also. So we have, similarly you can create for calendar page, companies page, okay, cases, call, email, and other tabs page. Okay, you can create any according to your application. Okay, if from the home page I'm clicking on task, it's moving, it's clicking on task, and what exactly it should return? The next landing page. Guys, always remember, this is a page object model and page chaining model. It means if I'm clicking on a link, if I'm clicking on the registration link or contacts link, what is the next landing page? Next landing page is contacts page, right? So for click on task link should return next landing page object. So after clicking on task link, where exactly I'm moving? I'm moving to task page. So I have to write return, please return the task page object, because now the browser is opening task page. So now the focus should be on task page class, right? Okay, so always remember, we whenever you are clicking on a link or a button, and if it is moving to the next page, okay, so next, that particular method should return the next landing page object. If I'm clicking on contacts, it should return contacts page object. If I'm clicking on deals, it should return deal page object, right? If I'm clicking on sign up, it should return sign up page object, like that. Okay, and each and every, make sure that you have created that particular class over here. That's why in page object model we say for each and every page we create a separate Java class. Okay, now see, you will see different advantages one by one. Okay, just wait for some time. So this is the four methods I have created. Let's see some. This is called page library I have created. Okay, for login page, this is a page library I have created. For home page, this is a page library I have created. Okay, fine. Now let's write some test cases. So what I'll do, I'll write a test case. Okay, let me delete this unnecessary I created. Okay, fine. Now simple, earlier we see that, okay, login page test.java I have created, right? In which I have written how many test cases? 3 test cases. I was checking login page title test, CRM logo image test, and login test. Simple, I'm logging into the application with my username and password. And this login method, if you see, this login method is returning what? This login method is returning home page object. Okay, this login method is returning home page object. Fine, so this is a login page test I have written. Now today I'll write what? I'll write home page test. I'll create a class home page test. Okay, click on finish. Obviously it should return what? It should extend test base class. Fine, and I need to import test base class. So there is a shortcut of import, guys. Just press Ctrl Shift O. Automatically all the imports will be done. Ctrl Shift O. Okay, so fine. And inside the home page test, what I have to write? Same thing. I have to write this thing first. I have to create the constructor of this. Okay, constructor of home page test. Constructor of home page test. Right, so that I can call my superclass constructor by using super keyword, so that base class constructor will be called and my properties will be initialized. Right, fine. And after that, what we have to do? After that, we have to create like this @before method and @after method and all those things. So what I'll do, @before method I'll do, right? So what I want, @before method, and okay, and I need login page like this also I have to, I'll create, right? So login page variable reference I have created, and I'm initializing this reference like this. Login page is equal to new login page. So what exactly it will do? First it will initialize, it will come inside the setup method. Okay, first it will call this constructor. So my properties will be initialized. This particular property, base class properties constructor, will be called, and my properties will be initialized. And then what exactly it will do? It will come inside the @before method. It will call initialization method. So my driver will be initialized. So I have written Chrome, so my Chrome will be initialized and Chrome will be launched, and then maximize window and blah blah blah, and enter the URL, and the URL will be launched. Okay, now URL will be launched. Now what I have to do, I have to log in into the application, right? So login page, what I have to do, I have to get the login page object, so that I can call, by using this object reference, I can call login method. So see, login method I can call, and what will be your username password? So I think we have already written that my username password like this. So I'll copy this line. Username and password are coming from where? Username and password. Okay, so username and password also I have written. See guys, in the before method I have to log in because I'm checking home page. To reach at home page we have to log in into the application first, right? So inside the @before method, first initialize, then create the login page object. Okay, and then by using this object, why I'm creating the login page object? So that I can access login page class method. So that I can access login method, and login method I'm passing these properties, username and password properties, and username and password property I have already defined inside my config.properties file. Username and password, right? And this prop object reference I have already initialized by using super keyword, okay, over here. And this prop is available is the class variable of test base class, and this class is extending test base class so that I can inherit prop properties from base class, right? So I'm using complete the concept of inheritance, okay, full concept of inheritance I'm using, right? That's why inheritance is important, guys. That's why I always tell Java is important to learn Selenium, otherwise you won't be able to understand. Otherwise you can do some ratification that won't help you, okay, fine. So I have logged in into the application, fine. So this is my prerequisites, that initialization and log into the application, fine. After login to the application, this login method, what exactly is returning? See, this login method is returning homepage class object. So I'll store in homepage class object like this. Let's see, homepage is equal to this, and I'll define one homepage class object like this, homepage, right? And this homepage I have to import from page class, page object, okay, page in package. So homepage login method is returning what? Login method is returning homepage object, fine. Now I'll write one at the rate. Let me maximize this. Now I'll write one at the rate after method, which I'll write public void, let's see, tear down method. And inside the tear down method, simple driver dot quit once my test cases are done, and import at the rate after method. Now it's time to write the test cases for home page. Simple, I'll write first test case will be what? First test case will be public, let's see, public void verify home page title test. That after coming on the home page, the home page title, this particular title, this CRM PRO, this particular title is correct or not, right? So this is the method. And guys, always remember this at the rate test, we have to import it from TestNG. You are not using JUnit, so don't import it from JUnit, import it from TestNG. And always make it a habit, whenever you are writing test methods, at the end you write test, so that immediately anyone can understand this is a test method. Always remember, guys, either you can write a prefix or suffix, but this is a better way. Verify homepage title test, simple, okay, fine. Now what I'll do, how to verify the title? Inside the home page class, I have already written one method, that this method verify home page title, which will return me get title which will return me the title of the home page, fine. So what I'll do, where is my home page test? Yeah, by using this home page object reference, I'll call that particular method, simple, verify, see, like this. So I'm calling, so that's why I need home page, and this home page object is coming from login page. So that's why everything is chained, login to home page to some other page, like this, guys, okay. So that's why login method is returning, that's the purpose of login method, is returning the next landing page object, and the next landing page is home page. And that's why I need to initialize this reference so that I can call home page class methods, right? So that's the purpose of creating the object like this. So homepage dot verify homepage title, what exactly it will return? It will return a string. So what I'll do, I'll store in some string variable, let's say string homepage title is equal to this, and then I'll put one assertion, that assert dot assert equals, sorry, assert dot assert equals, and okay, all these things are coming from TestNG. Just a minute, yeah, assert dot assert equals, and what are you asserting? I'm asserting this is my actual value. And what are you expecting? I'm expecting this CRM PRO. Okay, so I'll write CRM PRO. And guys, always remember, with assertion we can write one more variable, comma, You can pass one string message also. A string message will be displayed at the time of reporting if assertion is getting failed. So let's see, you can write some proper message that home page title not matched. Okay, so let's see, this assertion is getting failed. You are getting home page title as test 123, but you are expecting this. So there is a bug in the application that home page title is not correct. So it will display this message in the report that home page title not match. So the test case will be failed with this reason. This particular test case will be failed with this particular reason. So always make it a good habit. This particular message will be printed only when the test case is getting failed. Okay, please guys, always remember. This will be printed only when the test case is getting failed. If test case is getting passed, this message will not be printed. Okay, only when the test case is getting failed, then only it will be printed in the report. I'll tell you how. Fine. So let's see, this is the first test case I have written. So let's run it and let's see if it is working. So if you run simple, it will call the superclass constructor. Superclass constructor means my properties will be defined. Fine. After that, it will come inside the @before method. It will call initialization method. So it will launch my Chrome, maximize and enter the URL. That is also fine. And then get the login page object and call this login method and log into the application. That is also fine. It is login into the application. That is also fine. After login, what I'm checking, I'm getting the home page, and then it will come over here. It will call homepage.verify homepage title. So it will verify, it will get the title. That is also fine. And it will store in some string variable, and then I'm comparing assert equals. If both are equal, test case will be passed. And then driver.quit means close the browser. Okay, so let's run it. Run as TestNG. And okay, so let's see, my Chrome is getting launched. Yes, Chrome is getting launched. It's entering username password, getting into the application on the home page, and I have given implicitly wait. So see, the browser is closed now, and let's see, my test case is passed. See, my test case is passed, right? Now let's see, I'll deliberately, what I'll do, I'm expecting CRM PRO 123. I'll deliberately fail my test case. Okay, so this particular message will be printed. I'll show you how. Simple, run it again. Okay, and my browser will be launched. Fine, and it will log in into the application. That is also fine. It will get the title. Title is incorrect. It will print. It will fail my test case. See, my test case got failed. If you see, my assertion got failed, and see this print, it is printing like this: home page title not match. This message expected CRM PRO 123 but found CRM PRO, right? So how exactly you got this message? This message, home page title not match. This message is coming because of I have written one message over here. If it is getting failed, then only this particular message will be printed: home page title not matched. Inside the TestNG report also, this particular test case got failed. It will return this error. See, home page title not matched. This is what we are expecting, but we found CRM PRO, right? So let me make it CRM PRO only. Okay. Now what I'll do, I'll write some other test case. I'll click on contacts. So I'll create another test case. Let's see, @test. See, the title page, this is fine. And I'll give the priority is equal to 1 because this is the first priority I want to verify after coming on the home page. This is my priority is equal to 1. Now I'll write another test case, public void. Oh, after that I have to check that this user is coming properly or not, right? So I'll verify public void, and inside the home page.java I have written this method. Okay, for username label I haven't written any method, so let's create a method inside the home page. Public void verify username. Okay, verify, I'll write something like this: verify correct username. Right, this is the proper name, and like this. And I've already created this username xpath, this element, and simple I'll write dot is displayed. It means if this particular element is displayed, it means my test case, it means that is a successful login. Okay, so it's fine. I'll write over here like this, and then simple I'll write, and this method should return this, and this is displayed method is returning what? A boolean value. Okay, so instead of void I should write boolean, because remember, is displayed method returns a boolean value, so this return type of this method should be boolean only. Fine, so verify username also I have created this method. Okay, now I'll call. Okay, so my method name is, let's see, verify username, verify username test, something like this. And this method is available where? Inside the homepage class. So I'll call with homepage dot verify correct username method I'll call. Okay guys, so verify correct username will call this method and it will return boolean value. So I'll write one assertion over here, that simple, see, assert dot assert true I will use. I am expecting assert true like this, and I'll pass the entire method over here. I am expecting assert dot assert true. So this method calling, either it will give you true or false. If that particular username is available, it will return true, otherwise it will return false. Right, simple. So assert dot assert true, homepage dot verify correct username I'm calling, so it will return, it will call this method. This username label is over here, so I'm expecting Naveen K. Right, so if it is Naveen K, then obviously it will return true, and then inside the home page test this assertion will be passed, this particular test case will be passed, and I'll make this priority is equal to 2. Okay, and then quit the method. So first this particular test case will be executed, but before that this method will be executed. Initialize method will launch the browser and everything, log into the application, and then execute the test case, and then quit the browser. Again initialize, log into the application, and then test case number 2, and then quit the browser. Now some people they ask me that, okay, why Naveen, we are for every test case we are launching the browser again and again, and then we are closing the browser after execution of the test case. So if you have 100 test cases, let's see, so every time 100 test for 100 test cases, each and every test case browser will be launched, log into the application, execute it, and close it. Again browser will be launched, log into the application, test case execute, and then browser will be closed. This is the best practice, guys. Why? Two things are there. First, let's see, if you are not closing the browser and on the same browser you are executing 100 test cases, your browser will be exhausted. Okay, your browser will be exhausted. It could be, any memory issues or something like that, or any caching issues or cookies issues, right? Because you are not deleting the cookies and caches every time. For 100 test cases, for 1000 test cases on the same browser you are executing, okay, again and again without refreshing the page and everything. So this is not recommended. Sometimes browser is crashed, sometimes you see that, okay, blank page is coming, application got crashed. So it is always a good practice, okay, your test cases should be independent. So there is no link between this test case and this test case. Both the test cases are independent to each other. This is the one of the best practice, guys. Always remember, test cases should be independent with each other. Okay, so I'll write one note that test cases should be separated or independent, okay, with each other. There should not be any dependency. Okay, you should avoid dependency between two test cases. Okay, separated, let me check, yeah, spelling mistake. Okay, test cases should be independent. And what you have to do before each test case, launch the browser and log in. And after each test case, close the browser. Okay, so this is a practice, guys, you have to follow. Before every test case, launch the browser and log in, and then execute your test cases. So sequence will be like this. Then @test method will be called execute test case, and then close the browser. So launch the browser, log in, execute test case, close it. For 100,000 test cases, it doesn't matter. Always close the browser after, okay, every test case. Okay, fine. So I have written two test cases. So let's see. So 2 times browser will be launched and 2 times browser will be closed automatically. So let's run it. Run as TestNG, and we will see the Chrome is getting launched first time. So first test case will be executed. Priority 1 test case. Login, browser login into the application. It will check the title, closed. Again, see the second time Chrome is getting launched. Log in into the application. Something got failed. It is saying it could not log in. Let's run it again, guys. Just a minute. Let me close this. Let me minimize this thing first. Unnecessary. It is creating so many browsers. Okay. So let's run it again. Okay. So first time it is getting launched. Log in into the application. Fine. And it will check the title. Fine. Again, second time it is getting launched. Log into the application, and then it will check that username Naveen K is there or not. If it is there, and then see it's still checking. Maybe some issue. See, it's still checking. It's not showing any error. So see, now it got closed, and the browser got closed. There is no Chrome. That is my actual Chrome. And see, it is saying verify home page title is passed, but the second test case got failed. Let's see what is the reason. Verify username test. It is saying no such element exception. Unable to locate element. This TD contains text user Naveen K. Okay, it's saying that there is no such element in the console. If you see, it is okay. So my second test case is getting failed. Okay, so let's see that why it is getting failed. Don't get into this thing. It's saying unable to locate element. Maybe some XPath issue or maybe some issue, whatever. It is saying that TD which contains text, it is not available. So let me verify quickly that this is the correct XPath or not in the Chrome browser. I'll check. Okay, so I'll inspect this and Control F, Control V. See, this is a correct XPath. Now, what is the problem, guys? See, there is a frame in the application. If you right click and if you just a minute, if you right click over here, and I think there is a frame in the application. See, there is a frame in the application. It means this Naveen K, this element is available on a particular frame. Okay, and then the frame name is, if you see, the frame name is this main panel. So I have to switch on that particular frame, right? So what I'll do, in the second test case, verify correct username. So what I'm doing here, username label is getting displayed or not. So before that, I have to switch on that particular frame, and then I have to check it is displayed or not. So what I'll do, guys, so this is the frame. Switching on the frame is a common method, right? It's a common method. So what I'll do, I'll create one common utility method. So if you remember, we created this test util.java. So here I'll create this method because this is the common method which is applicable for all the classes. So all the common method, okay, because switch to frame is not specific to home page or it's not specific to some other page. It's a common method for all. Let's see for a screenshot. It's a common method for all. So I'll create one test util.java. In this particular class, I'll create my public void, and I'll write, let's see, my test case name is method name is switch to frame. Okay, switch to frame method is there. And simple, what I'll do, simple, I'll write, and this test util also extending what this test util is extending my base class, and import this. Okay, and what I'll doing here, see, simple driver dot switch to dot frame, and my frame name is this main panel. Okay, switch to frame, I have written one method over here, so it will switch on that particular frame. And let's make it, okay, switch to frame I have created, and this method is available inside the test util. So I need test util class object. So what I'll do, simple, I'll create over here one test util class object like this, and test util I'll import. Okay, and inside the setup method, I'll initialize my test util like this. Test util is equal to new test util. Okay, now once I get this test util object reference, I can call the method. Okay, so what I'll do, verify username. After this, what I'll do, simple test util dot one method is there, that switch to frame is there. So this method, what exactly it will do, it will call this method, it will switch, it will jump on that frame, and then we are verifying that verify correct username, then we are verifying that is displayed, this particular label is displayed or not. Okay, now let's run this program. Home page test, let's see. Okay, so the first test case is getting passed, fine. Log in into the application and check the title, which is fine. And the second test case, enter username, login, and now it should switch and closed immediately. And let's see the result. See, now both the test cases got passed, right guys? Verify home page title test also and verify username test also, both the test cases got passed. But for the second test case, verify username test, what was the problem? That title was there, this particular label was there on the frame, so obviously we have to switch on that particular frame, guys. Okay, so switch to frame, I have written a common utility. Okay, common utility method, I have to do that. So whenever you have to switch, just call that method from test util. Okay, this is fine. Another test case we can write, one more test case, let's see, at the rate test. We have to click on contacts button, contacts link, simple public void, and what I'll do, simple verify contacts, verify contacts link test, something like this. I'll write verify contacts link test. So I have to click on what, I have to click on contacts, but before that again there is a frame. Okay, this contacts link also available on the frame, so I'll call this method. I'll jump on this frame, and then I'll call my method which is available inside the home page. So I'll call by home page class object homepage dot click on contacts link, and this click on contacts link is returning what, click on contacts link is returning my contacts page object. So I'll store in contacts page reference variable. So how to do that, simple, this method is returning what, contacts page object. So simple, I'll store contacts page is equal to like this. Okay guys, and what I'm doing here, contacts page is the object of what, so I'll create one contacts page reference and I initialize over here is equal to new contacts page like this. So once you initialize, now this inside this reference contacts page, I can get it like this. Okay, just a minute guys. Yeah. Okay, now simple, and I click on this contacts link, it will click on this and then it will return the contacts page object, and inside the contacts page of method I have not written anything, so simply it will just click on it and it will return contacts page object, that's it. Okay, so let's run it and I'll define as priority is equal to 3. So let's run it. Again some problem, just a minute, just because of this note, this chat pop-up, sometime it's giving element not found exception on this particular site. Let's run it again. So login, fine, the first test case. Okay, and another second test case for username field, fine. Log in into the application. On the home page it will check Naveen K, fine. One more third test case, log in into the application and then click on contacts. So it will click on contacts now. See, it's coming on the contacts and program is over. And simple, all the 3 test cases getting passed. Verify home page test, title test, fine. Verify username test, fine. Verify contacts link test, fine. All the 3 test cases are working fine, right? So this is the home page test, and accordingly you can write, guys, you can write some other test cases for home page. After a home page, after clicking on deals and blah blah blah, you can write one by one. Okay, so on the home page also, if you want to write for advanced search, if you want to enter some keyword over here and click on search, so you can write for advanced search also. Okay, now let's see, I'll click on contacts, and what I'll do, simple, I'll perform that I'm coming on the contacts page correctly or not. So how will you do that? After coming on contacts, how will you verify that this is a contacts page? Because title is not getting changed, so I cannot verify that CRM PRO is the title of home page also. So on contacts page, I can see that if the contacts, this particular label is available, then this label is available, then I'm moving on contacts page properly. So just inspect this element and see, this is the again TD with contacts. Okay, TD with contacts. So simple, what I'll do, I'll go to my contacts page, where it is, here it is, and I'll define some properties. My page factory, first page factory at the rate find by, and expert, why, just a minute, login page, just a minute, let me copy paste this thing, at the rate find by, and which TD contains what, a TD which contains this contacts, this is Okay, so this is guys TD, a TD which contains text, contains, okay, contacts. So this is my label of contacts label, contacts label. Okay, and what else I want? Let's say I want that okay, I want to click on this test2 also. I want to click on this particular checkbox. So how to do that? Okay, so I'll create that public. Okay, so first I'll create at the rate, same thing, at the rate find by, at the rate find by. I'll create the checkbox for, I'll create the XPath for checkbox. So remember, in the previous session I've already explained that by using the dynamic XPath you can click on this checkbox. So please refer that video guys. Okay, here is the video that how to become genius in XPath in Selenium. So I have explained that how to click on this particular checkbox. In the framework video I'm not going to explain, because this is part of dynamic XPath tutorial. So why to waste time? How to create the XPath of this checkbox? So simple, I'll copy paste, okay, that particular checkbox. So simple, I'll go to, I think I have somewhere in my notepad file. Yeah, here it is. This is the XPath of that particular checkbox guys. Please refer that video guys, it will give you some amazing knowledge. Okay, this is the, okay. Now see, the problem here is, see, it's not compulsory that to define all the page factories for all the elements. No. Why? Because see, test2 I have to pass over here. Let's say tomorrow if I check for UI or Naveen 1 K1, again I have to create multiple XPaths. No. Okay, so how to handle this? So in that case, at the rate find by, this particular solution is not a good solution. Okay, so I'll remove this, and what I'll do, I'll define, I'll create first of all this contacts page constructor I'll create, and then superclass constructor I'll call. Okay, superclass constructor I'll call, and then just I'll copy paste from here. Login page, not sorry, superclass. I'll initialize my page factory. Superclass will be from test class guys, don't be confused. Okay, so I initialize my page factory and with contacts page constructor. Fine, so this is fine, and then I'll write one method that public void, I'll write one method that verify what do you want to verify? That I want to verify for this label, that contacts label. Okay, so how will you verify? If it is displayed, simple write dot is displayed, and instead of void I'll write boolean. Why? Because this method will return boolean. Okay guys, see what is boolean, what is return type. See guys, I'm not gonna explain because this is a framework tutorial, framework video. These very minor thing, please, I have already explained so many times in Java tutorials and Selenium tutorials. Please go through it. Okay, that's why I always say that don't jump to framework designing tutorials videos, otherwise you won't be able to understand. If you think that without Java Selenium I can learn framework designing, you cannot do that. It's a step-by-step process. Okay, and then what I'll do, I'll create another method to check that particular checkbox. So let's see, my method name is public void select contacts, because this is what I'm selecting, a particular contact. Okay, so select contacts method is there, and I'll pass one string variable that what is your contact name. I'll pass that what is your name, so I'll pass name, something like this. Okay, to make it more generic. So if I define, earlier I have defined inside the, okay, with the help of @ find by, that's not a good practice. Why? because I have written test2 over there. Okay, I have written like this, test2 over there with the help of, see, that was my XPath. With @find by, I'll write this XPath. But this is only specific for test2. Let's say tomorrow I have to select some test3 contact or UI contact. In that case, again, I have to create another @find by. So let's see, I have 100 contacts if I have to select. So 100 @find by I have to select. So in that case, we won't use PageFactory. Okay, so we will write our code over here directly. So how exactly we will write? Simple, we will write like this: driver dot find element by dot XPath, and this is the XPath, right guys? And this particular name I'll replace over here. Instead of test2 I'll pass this test2 while calling this method. Okay, so what I'll do, this particular name I'll write it over here like this, name. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so this name will be replaced over here, so I'll pass test2 so it will come over here, and semicolon is missing. Okay, so it will just simple driver dot find element and dot click. Okay, I have to use, guys, see, dot click I have to use. If you want to segregate, you can segregate like this also, guys. So this will be my XPath and I have to click on it, on that particular contact. So this is select contacts. Select contacts, I'll make it more powerful, I mean more useful. Select contacts by name. So I'll pass the name. This name will be appended over here, test2 or UI or whatever, and simple, do that, right? So okay, and so these two methods I have created on contacts page. Now quickly what I'll do, I'll create one contacts page test class. Just a minute, guys. Let me have some water. Okay, sorry. Now contacts page test and click on finish. Again, this is extends test base. Control Shift O to import, and let's copy paste from some other classes. So what I'll do, the first thing is I need this constructor. Okay, so I need this constructor with super keyword so that I can call my super class constructor to initialize my properties. Fine. And after that, find by before method. So I'll copy this thing also, before method, and we will change accordingly. Before method and after method also we will call. Fine. And we need utilities to jump, so we will see homepage test. See, we need all these actually for classes. So see guys, once the skeleton foundation is done, then it will be most of the time copy paste, simple. Fine. So we got login page, home page, test util, and contacts page, and we are initializing test util, contacts page, and login page got initialized. Log in into the application with username, password. That is also fine. Now what we have to do, we have to write a test case @test. Okay, what we have to do, @test public void, and let's see, in contacts page I have written two methods: verify contacts label. Okay, so simple, I'll write verify public void verify contacts page label. Okay, and this @test annotation is available in TestNG import. And with this context page object, what we have to do, dot verify context label method we will call. So it will call this method and it will check that context label with context name, guys. This particular label is available or not. Okay, so if it is available, it will return true, otherwise it will return false. So I'll write simple assert dot assert true bracket and close the bracket. So and then I'll write one message that contact label is missing on the page. Okay, something like that. Assert true. Just a minute. It's returning boolean. See, we have asserted from a GA unit. So guys, we have to assert it from TestNG. Okay, so this is the test case I have written, and I'll give the priority is equal to 1. And another test case, I have to select the checkbox. Simple @test public void select context test. And what is my select context test, and again I'll use this context page because the second method is this select context by name. Remember, we created that method select context by name, and we have to pass name. So which name you want to pass? I want to pass this guy, test2 comma test2 test2 space test2. This guy I want to select. Fine, so it will call this method, and test2 will be given to this, and then name to name. Test2 will be given to this, and then I'm using preceding sibling XPath and dot click. It will click on that particular checkbox. Simple. It will click on that checkbox. That's it. This method is not returning anything. This method is void. It is simply doing what? It is simply clicking on that particular checkbox, and that's it. Okay, fine. And let's run it. And then priority is equal to, let's see, 2. And I'm not writing any assertion. Okay, because there is no assertion that if you are selected or not. Okay, you can write that if it is selected or not, something like that, and after clicking on it, if you want to click on any action, then you can check the assertion accordingly. But let's see, I'm not writing any assertion, although this is, we should write an assertion, but let's ignore. Okay, in this case, so priority equal to 2 I have defined. So again, same thing, setup method will be called, first test case will be executed, and then this. So make sure, guys, remember the sequence. It will launch the browser because of initialization method, and then it will enter into the application. Then after entering into the application, what we have to do, we have to click on this contact, because the first time it will be like this, guys. freecrm.com, first time home page will be displayed. Okay, and see, it will be like this. I think home page, let me log out and log in again. Yeah, first time it will be like this, right? The first time it will be like this. So there is no contact selection or something like that, contacts label. So to reach that page, we have to click on this contacts, right? Contacts link. So the contact links, where exactly I've created? In contacts link I have created inside the home page, because contacts link is a part of home page, right? So I'll go to my home page.java and see, I have written click on contacts link method I'll call, but it is available inside the home page, right? So what I'll do, by using this home page, once I get the home page, and for this all these test cases, what I want to homepage dot click on contacts link I want, right guys? So homepage dot click on contacts link. So what it will do, it will click on this link and then it will return contacts page object. Okay, so it will return this particular object, contacts page object, like this. Okay, okay, so click on contacts, because contacts links is available on home page. So it will click on that link, and it will return contacts page object. So I'm storing inside this contact page reference, and this reference I'm using for other things. Simple. Okay, now one more catch is there, that after clicking on contact, it will come over here, it will give you error, because again there is a frame. To click on contacts also there is a frame, right? So we have to jump on that frame and then we have to click on it. So what I'll do, after coming inside this click on contacts link, first I'll jump, and the jump switch to method on frame I have written inside the test util, right? Inside the test util. So this is my test util class. Okay, and switch to frame method I have written over here. So either I can put over here inside the contacts page, click on contacts link, and then either I can write it over here, test util dot switch to frame. Okay, so switch to frame, it will switch. Okay, but I have to use this method after login into the application, then switch to frame. I have to write like this, switch to that particular frame and then click on contacts. Okay, so no need to write switch to frame method inside this method, guys. Inside this method no need to write. Then before that we will switch on the frame, and then we will click on contacts link. It will click on contacts link, it will return contacts page object. So I'll store contacts page reference. See, this is a reference of contacts page, and then by using this I'm executing my test cases one by one. Okay, because for both the things we need to switch, so I'll write a common code over here, okay, inside the setup method. So let's run this program and we will see. So the first test case is running, entering into the application, and my first test case is, see, first it will click on contacts and checking the contacts label. The first test case got passed. Now the second test case, click on checkbox. Okay, entering into the home page, click on contacts and select the checkbox, and test case is over. See, you didn't see the checkbox selection, it was so fast. Okay, so you will see that verify contacts page label, fine. Select contacts test, which is also fine, right? Like this. Okay, let's say you want to select multiple. Okay, let's see, this is a test case, select single context. I'll write one more test case, that select multiple contacts. So first I'm selecting test2, and then second time I'm selecting, so I'll call the same method 2 times, and I have another contact checkbox, that is UI. I'll write like this. Like this. So the 2 checkboxes will be selected. So what I'll do to show you guys, I'll comment this driver.quit, so that you will see that 2 times checkboxes are both the checkboxes are getting selected. So it will come over here. First it will call this method select by name, test2 we are passing. So it will select this checkbox, and then we are calling this select contact by name UI. See, so we have created one method, one generic method which will select the checkbox. So no need to write the same driver.find element again and again. Just pass the attribute, pass the name, make it generic. Okay, use the reusable code. That is very important, guys. Reusable, okay, code in the framework is very important. Okay, otherwise it is not a framework then. Okay, so we are using the same method so many times. Now you can call, if you want to select 100 checkboxes also. Just pass the name. That's it. Just call the. We have created only single method and calling again and again, again and again. That's it. Okay. So let's quickly run it. And I've commented this driver.quit. So run as TestNG. You can see first test case, login, fine, and it will check it will come on the contacts page. It will check the contacts, which is fine. It's not quitting the browser. Immediately second browser will be opened. Login, and then it should select both the checkboxes. Contacts, and see both the checkboxes are getting selected, right? And yeah, that's it. Okay. So guys, this is how we are writing the test cases. Oh, third test case also running. Yeah, we have three test cases actually. 1, 2, 3. So all the three test cases got passed. Verify contacts page label, select multiple contacts and select single contact like this. Although we should write priority is equal to 3. So if you write priority equal to 2, priority equal to 2, both the priorities are same. In that case, now TestNG will decide which one should be prioritized. Okay. Priority 1, priority 2, priority 3. Three test cases, three browsers. 1, 2, 3 browsers. Simple. Okay guys. So this is how we have to write the test cases in page object model. Right? Now one last thing in this session, quickly I'll cover. So how many test classes I have written? I have written contact page test, home page test, and login page test. Always remember guys, all these classes are not independent to each other. Login page test having different method, three test cases, independent to each other. There is no link between these three test cases. Home page test also we have written three test cases, again independent to each other. There is no link with the login page test and contacts page test. And inside the contacts page also we have written three different test cases independent to each other with other test methods also, which are available in some separate class. Okay, so always remember in TestNG, in framework, in hybrid framework we are using that. Always remember guys, all the test cases should be independent and all the test classes should be independent. There is no link between one class to another class. Okay, one test class to another test class in page object model and data driven. It is not a good practice. We should always create separately. This is the practice. Okay. Now how many methods? 3 plus 3 plus 6 methods we have created in three classes. Now the problem is again and again, see if we want to execute this class, execute it. Then again execute this particular class, right click and execute it. Again this class executed. So better we create one runner class, and in which runner class we will execute all the classes one by one in a single shot. So how to do that? So what I'll do, I'll create one. Okay, I have already created this testng.xml file inside my project. So let me open this. Let me delete this. I'll show you how to do that. So testng.xml, let me delete. I'll tell you how to create. So inside the project, see this is my project. At the project level, right click on it and create one source folder. Let's see, my source folder is src main resources I have created. Okay guys, src main resources. Inside this package I'll create a file. Go to other and select a file and click on next, and my file name is guys testng.xml file. You can give any name. Generally we give testng, so please refer my testng tutorial. What is the concept of testng.xml? I have already cleared over. Okay, I have already explained over there. So click on finish. In this particular file you have to copy paste this text. Simple guys. So simple, what I'll do, simple this particular XML code you have to write. What is your test suite name? Let's see, my test suite name is free CRM application test. You can give good name, something like this, automation test suite. Okay guys, and I don't want to use this thing. I'll tell you what is thread.count and everything, so just write like this. And your test name is, let's see, my test name is free CRM application test cases, something like this. This is my test case name. And where are your classes are available? My classes are available in this particular package, com.crm com.crm.qa.test cases. That's it. And we have this particular class, contacts page test class. Simple press F2, copy this class name and write over here. So how many classes we have? 3 classes. 1, 2, 3. So I'll create 3 entries for that. Second, 3. Let's do some proper alignment. Just a minute. Oh, sorry. Just a minute, guys. Contacts page test. Let's write it again. See, it was like this actually. Okay. And my test class name I have to change this. Press F2, copy this, and this is the, see, with the full package name you have to give, guys. See, my package name is starting like this, com. Where are my classes? Test classes, com crm qa test cases, com.crm.qa.test cases, and this is my class name. And I have to create 3 entries because I have 3 classes are available. And my second class is home page test. So function F2, simple home page test, and then F2 login page test. Okay, and then that's it. So what will happen if you run this file testng.xml, right click and simple run as testng. So no need to execute individual files, okay, separately, that first you will execute this, then execute this, then execute this. No need to do that. Let's say if you have 100 test cases, 100 files, 100 test files, that obviously you are not going to do that one by one. So we will create one runner class. This is called test runner class. That is called testng.xml template file. Okay, so in this particular, we will create our template. We will write our suite name. We will write our test name, and all these 3 classes entries. If tomorrow you have 100 classes, you can give, and it will execute in a sequencing order. The first test case, context page test, will be executed, then home page test will be executed, then login page. And if you want to change the sequence, you can change the sequence also like this. I want first login page, and then I want second one this, and then third one is like this. Now the proper sequence: login page, home page, contact page. Although it doesn't matter, but I want always that, okay, login page test cases should be executed, then home page test case should be executed, then contact page test cases should be executed. And tomorrow if you have 100 lines, 100 test cases, 100 test classes, you can define test classes like that. Okay, now let's you tomorrow, I don't want to execute home page test or contacts page test. It's not important for me. So you can comment this. Simple press, just select this and simple right click, and you can, okay, comment that add block comment, source add block comment. So this particular line will be commented. Okay, so now it will be ignored. Okay, this will be ignored, right? Let's say I don't want to comment. So if you comment, only these two test cases, these two test classes will be executed. So let's say tomorrow you have 100 test classes you have written over here, and you don't have time, and your manager says that okay, first give quickly you can execute. Okay, so instead of executing 100 test classes, you can comment which is not useful and which is not important. You can comment those test classes entries and then execute it. So you can create like two template files, testng.xml for regression and testng.xml for testng underscore regression, testng underscore sanity. So for sanity, let's say you want to check only out of 100, you want to check only 10 classes, important classes, like that. Okay, so simple. Let's see, I'm going to create one more testng.xml. See, no, it won't allow you to create duplicate files, but you can create one more testng underscore regression, testng underscore sanity. Inside sanity, I'll create only 2-3 entries for my test classes, important test classes I'll write. So whenever your manager says that okay, please execute sanity, simple execute that one only. Your manager says that okay, no, please execute the complete regression, then you will execute testng underscore regression.xml, like this. So let's see, I'll create one for sanity. Testng underscore sanity.xml, like this. Click on finish, and I'll copy paste this entire thing. And in sanity, I just want only login page and home page. That's it. But in testng.xml, this is my regression one, important main one. I want all these three cases, all these three classes I want to execute. So you can, the moment your manager says no need to create the separate automation framework for sanity, separate automation framework for regression. Your manager says, or if you want, you don't have time, if quickly you want to execute only sanity one, just right click on it and execute it. Because in sanity one, we have only two test cases, two test classes. Tomorrow you have out of 100, you just define only 20, 30 or 10 or 20. That's it, like that. And if you want to execute the complete full regression, simple, like this. Let's see, for manual testers also, you just give this particular suite to manual testers, and just tell them if you want to execute sanity, you have to execute this one. If you have to execute regression, you have to execute this particular file. That's it. Okay, so let's run it. testng.xml complete regression one. And but before that, from context page, I'll remove this driver.quit. Okay, and close all these three browsers. And let's run it. Just a minute, guys. Okay, so let's testng.xml, right click, run as testng. So one by one, if you see the console output, different test cases will be executed one by one. See, first test case got passed, second test case. Okay, so first it will execute login, then home page test, and then contacts page. See, another test case. So we have total 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9 test cases, right? So let it execute. See how quickly one by one all the classes are getting executed. Okay, so it's executing. So let it execute, and then we will see the report. And then in the next session, I'll tell you how to generate extent report and log4j and data driven approach in this framework. Okay, so quickly let it execute. So now I think it's executing. 2-3 test cases are also are pending. Okay, so far there are no errors. Quickly it's executing, and I think this one is the last one, selecting the checkboxes. Coming on contacts, yeah, selecting the single checkbox, and then all the test cases are done. Total 9 test cases C, and your test suite name is C that we have given in our test suite file, right? Free CRM application test automation test suite. So it will generate the report. Free CRM application test automation test suite. Total test cases executed 9, 0 failure, 0 escape. And inside the report also TestNG reports, you will see this is the test suite name, free CRM app test cases. Three files were there: test case login page, home page, and contacts. So if you open login page, 3 test cases were there. Open home page, 3 test cases got passed. Open contacts page, all 3 test cases got passed. Total 9, everything is green. Fine. Simple. Okay, guys. And last thing, if you refresh, right click on your project and go to refresh, you will see the test output folder, and then you will see test index.html file, and right click, go to properties, copy this path, and open it in browser. You will see 9 test cases were there. All these 9 test cases got passed. Home page test, 3 test cases. Login page, 3 test cases. Contacts page, 3 test cases got passed. Okay, so this is the TestNG default report, although we will see some extend report later, graphs and everything in the next session. And one more file is there, emailable report HTML. Right click, go to properties, get the path, and if you open it, you can send this report to your manager. See, like this, 9 test cases were there. This is my test suite name. See, free CRM application test automation test suite. These 9 test cases are there, and this is a summary. All the test cases got passed like this, right? All the test cases got passed, right? Later on we will see that how can we generate the screenshot with the boxes and errors and everything in the next session. How to generate the extend report, those things I'll cover it later. Okay guys, so guys, please practice. I'll check in this particular code into my Git repository. You can find the Git repository path in the description. And but before that guys, I would recommend to please go to this playlist. Okay, and you have to go through these two videos first, video 1, video 2. Okay guys, and then move it to this part number 3. This is very important. Please practice, and feel free to ask any questions in the comment section. Please guys, subscribe to my video channel, and like it and share it, right? Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next session then.